Action.
All right, I'm here with Terah Kelleher, author of Showing Teeth. Terah, what is this book about?
So it is about learning to show authentic emotion and to be yourself. So it's about a 40-year-old linguistic librarian who is an ex-party girl, and she is going to go through a series of tests. It's romance. There's some good sex in it.
What kind of tests are we talking about?
Well, ex-party girl, you can imagine she has
Like spiritual tests?
spiritual and addiction tests, and just how we can easily reach for things outside of ourselves. To just try to soothe, to try to solve the problems when maybe we need to actually look a little deeper.
Okay.
But it's set actually in a town like this.
Okay.
Arborsville is Greensboro, because I grew up here. And so there is some southern humor. There's comedy, drama, love. It's an interracial love story, because that's my story.
Right.
And it's really framed on my life. So.
And you kind of feel like you could maybe, through the book, weave a philosophy that may help people. You know, like it's almost like people going through the book will be almost like going through the experience for themselves, and they could basically learn life lessons in this book.
Yes.
Your life lessons.
Yes, and people that have read it have said, "Oh, I thought I was the only one," and things like that.
Wow, right.
And I never thought about that, because I am in the wellness and hippie sort of yoga, Pilates, mindfulness world, but I tried to weave that in where it's not just so cliche.
Let me just say
and in
this
your
right.
face.
I don't want to cut you off. I apologize. Where can people get the book?
Well, it's on Amazon. It's also on at Barnes and Noble.
Barnes and Noble.
And eventually, I hope to have like a web page and a platform. Got my other business kind of covered, but I'm new as an author. So, but yeah, Amazon and Barnes and Noble.
If I can just ask you a couple questions.
Yes.
What is the name of the lead character of your book?
Muriel.
Muriel.
Yes.
Almost like mural on the wall, right? But this is Muriel.
Yeah. Muriel.
Sounds angelic.
Yes. And it sounds sort of like.
How old is she?
She's 40.
She's 40. Okay.
Yeah. And it's pretty much she'll be kind of split between a younger man and a man her age. There's a lot of symbolism.
Well, how much younger were you talking about?
Just 10 years difference.
Okay,
It's like a 30-year-old man, or
a soccer mom meets a young football star. No, it's not like that. Okay. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
I know that your book is very serious. But let me ask this: Is there comedy in the book too?
Yes, yeah. I'm big on if it starts to get too deep or too sad. It's like the timing of kind of bringing some lightheartedness.
And do you think the book is a tearjerker?
It's not a tearjerker.
Terah, is it a tearjerker? Will it jerk my tears?
It might. You might just go, no,
You're right there in the book. Might jerk your tears.
It is a steam level 3 in the sex romance.
How long have you been writing for?
Well, I literally used to take pieces of paper and then scribble on them before I could write. So I'd watch my mother write, and eventually I started to write mysteries.
Terah, let's go back to let's try to find where we were. What were your influences for the story? Like you said, it's your life, but is it your entire life, or is it just?
It's more of I'm in my 40s, and so it is. As I kind of was reflecting on my life, this story came about, and so it's me kind of looking back, and I joke that you'll be like, "Oh, that happened to Terah. I know her. Oh, this happened," but I exaggerated parts.
Okay, right.
Yeah, and it's not really about. It's about Muriel having to decide between an older and younger man, but it's also
But then distinct personalities, the older man might have a certain profession. I mean, there's so much you can do there. Yeah.
Yeah, no, what it was is like that's not even the thing. The age isn't the thing because I make there's actually 2 examples of a 30-year-old.
Can you tell us her profession? Like Muriel's profession, is that giving away too much of the story?
Oh no. But she's basically a linguistic librarian. So
you did mention that. She's a linguistics librarian. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got to know a lot about cultures.
Well, yeah, and she speaks 3 different languages.
Which ones?
Spanish, Portuguese, and English.
Wow.
So I also could live vicariously through this woman because I speak English pretty well and write, but also I'm not too fluent in Portuguese.
I think you add another dimension to your book by adding a cultural dimension and a linguistic dimension to the book.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about it in terms of what the book is giving it, you're getting wisdom from life, you're getting a little bit of the wisdom of the culture and the linguistics. So it sounds like you're bringing a lot to the table. What other aspects of the book do you think people will identify with?
I'll just identify with the different stages in your life. I think it's common when you hit your 40s to sort of, even 30s, to reflect back and to see how you want to proceed with the next half or whatever of your life.
Oh yeah, I'm going through that right now. So it sounds like something I could definitely read and benefit from.
Yeah. And I know romance is kind of known, us, I guess it's seen as a female thing, but I had test readers that were men and they were like, this is pretty good.
Well, also I've known Terah for a long time, and I know as we would check in every couple years or so, or every like twice a year, and just have dinner and catch up with each other. So we kind of watched each other grow, and so I think we can definitely look at the past and appreciate the events that have sculpted us,
yes,
that have built our evolution into, hopefully the better people we are now, and now we're even more aware. So let's invest the past into the future.
Yeah.
Can I get can you bring that water to me, please? I'm having an episode, a water attack here at the Wild Eric's Art Show. Yeah. No, I'm not selling. I will be selling water, but this is Aquafina.
And it's still rolling.
What's that?
It's still rolling. I haven't even.
We're still rolling, right?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was pausing.
We can edit it.
Okay.
It's fine.
Cool.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, but I just want you to know that I'm always inspired by your creativity and your zeal for it.
I have some ideas. This is, of course, I'm saying it lightheartedly.
Yeah.
But I think we should do some collaboration sometime. Even if we just collaborate on a short story.
Okay.
And I think that's even better than a book, because that's like a pamphlet.
Yeah.
And have you read our pamphlet? Because everybody's doing a book.
And nobody has the attention span.
And we can market it as something that's put on classy dinner tables around the world. And it's specifically that market. So you can't download them. They're just specific pamphlets of short stories to read for people who are alone on business trips.
So if they just need a short little read.
Yeah, and they get it at fancy restaurants or whatever. But it's only distributed through high-dollar restaurants. So it's something they look forward to, like, oh, look, this fancy place now, they offer this service.
Do they collect them?
They're almost like, they're short stories for rich people. That's a good name for the thing, right?
It sounds like Bridgerton and the gossip columns.
Listen, only rich people are going to get these pamphlets. And you read them, you can buy them, you can only buy them there. So eventually people will probably take them or whatever. Maybe what if we had a policy that the restaurant says, no, you can't take them. You just have to remember them and tell people about them.
But I have an idea.
And that will drive traffic to the restaurants, the rich.
But in part 2, I'm writing part 2 of my book. You are the only character. I threw Eric in as Lucio's friend in the book.
Okay.
And I had made up all these names. When you make up names for your characters, you can go on
Is my name Eric, though?
Yes. My editor was like, let's have we need
He's not going to care.
No, but in the second one, you're going to come forward. So maybe I could...
Forward with what?
Well...
The murder?
No. You might orchestrate things to happen between love interests.
Oh, I'm an orchestrator.
Longtime friend of both of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't give away too much.
I do things behind the scenes to help people out, kind of like quantum leap. I'm just leaping into the situation, and they never know it's me orchestrating. And the thing is, it's kind of an evil thing to do because you didn't get anybody's permission. But he's like the good meddler. You know, it's a new series. We should shoot that short movie. I'm meddling in people's lives. Yeah, I'm meddling in your life for your own good. And I'm very self-righteous, but he is actually doing people favors. You know. Like he makes sure two people meet that should meet each other, a guy and a girl. He's like an actual Cupid. He's like, what if I could actually be a Cupid, man? What if I could actually get people together without them knowing I did it? And like, hey, I made your kids. I made your whole family. I made you, and you didn't know. And then he comes out with it.
Okay.
In the rest home, he's like, I made you all. He actually.
Are you writing this down so he can get it later?
He orchestrated the whole town. It's Anthony Hopkins at the end. It's like, don't you understand, Hillsville? I made you. I made you all. I've been manipulating your entire family for years. That would be cool movie, right?
Yeah. Maybe I won't collaborate
For the
with you
better.
on this book. No, you could come in. No, literally, Eric has your personality, so I just need to.
That's funny.
Use that.
No, I like that. Okay, so I'm in this
You
book.
have a one-liner
That's
zinger
another
in my
reason.
other book.
That's another reason why you need to go out and buy Terah's book, which is called Showing Teeth, available on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. What else?
Oh, that's it right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, look,
That's it.
I don't want to be long-winded, but if anything else you feel like you should share, you know.
No, as
And then of course we'll have Terah back on the podcast sometime.
yeah. Well, just that you can find it there. If you have any questions, my website's there. You can reach out to me, and
Awesome. So your website it's on the Amazon book?
yeah, and you can find me on Instagram. Do you put this in show notes like they do?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you send us your email and stuff. We'll put like the heading there. We can do that,
Yeah.
right? All right.
With a little bit more of a synopsis, if you're like, what is this book about? I don't understand. If it wasn't covered.
Okay. Well, listen. We need to give this purse back to the store. It's still recording, right? This purse that is a bag and cork purse from Portugal. In Greensboro, you can get something from Portugal. And she speaks Portuguese. Say something about it in Portuguese.
É muito linda, não é? Você precisa comprar. Você precisa comprar.
I think you heard it from the mouth of a Portuguese.
No, it's probably
Quickly
terrible,
becoming
what I just said.
eco-alternative to leather. Ladies and gentlemen, the cork person. You can cut now.
Action. Wow, I really like your purse. Where'd you get your purse from?
I got an essential hemp.
Wow, I need to go there today.
You need to come to Essential Hemp because this purse that this woman has, it is a bag and cork from Portugal. And it is quickly becoming an eco-alternative to leather, okay? Look, leather, that comes from like the 80s, which we love the 80s, but what I'm saying is sometimes you gotta wear cork. You know, what if in the future we have cork jackets? Men start wearing cork jackets. It's like you're a walking bottle of wine. And come down to Essential Hemp because this is the only place you're gonna find this bag and cork from Portugal purse quickly becoming an eco-alternative to leather. Thank you.